Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most distinguished and welcome guests. I'm going to talk about photography and some particular photographic techniques that I trust will enlighten us all, because in these days of digital cameras, smartphones, I think we're all photographers, yes? Mm-hmm. Okay, firstly I'll show you some cameras. This is a Nikon FM. It was really the first decent camera I ever got. I bought it with the first bonus I got from the insurance company I was working with. So it's a film camera. Everything is mechanical apart from one thing. So the focusing is mechanical. Setting the aperture is mechanical. Setting the shutter speed is mechanical. Changing the film speed, that's mechanical. And obviously, loading the film and winding it on is mechanical. The only bit of electronics in this camera is the built-in light meter. That activates 3 little lights, one for overexposed, one for spot on, one for underexposed. And it just tells you, it doesn't adjust anything, so it's entirely up to you to make the adjustments. However, there really is something about using a piece of precision machinery like this. I mean, even the self-timer there, it's a little clockwork motor. Can you hear it? Can you see the little lever moving? Tiny little clockwork motor. So I like it. I even like the sound it makes. So that's self-loading SLR, single lens reflex. Next camera is a Canon digital camera, PowerShot A80. Got 4 megapixels, automatic, everything. You can override the automation if you want, but it's so fiddly on this one, I just tend to leave it on the green, on auto, and let it get on with it. But one feature I really liked was the screen. You can even take self-portraits. I think this is one of the first cameras to have a screen like that, not coming back to that feature even once. But it can do things that that thing can't do. You can connect it to your television, connect it directly to your printer. So maybe the quality wasn't good in comparison with the Nikon, but yeah, lots of other things to do. Another Canon machine. Canon PowerShot S95. This is, wow, this is really an amazing bit of kit. It's got 10 megapixels. Wow, automatic everything again. But on this case, the manual overrides are much easier. There's a control ring there's another control ring on the back. Apparently it does high definition movies. And it's got sort of cunning smartphone features. So if you turn it, the picture turns. But it's not that clever because it's upside down. Incredible. I'm really still getting to grips with this one. Just really reading the manual. And of course, very pocketable. So, seen there the cutting edge, almost the cutting edge, because they moved on to S100 already. So the last of the old technology, leading edge of the new technology. But those really have one thing in common. What is that? It's that they will all benefit from a bit of support. A bit of support to add that little bit of extra sharpness, even though that's got built-in image stabilization, that little bit of extra sharpness that makes all the difference. So I'll show you 3 bits of kit that will help us achieve that, and then talk about what to do when the kit's not available. Okay. First thing, tripod. Disadvantage, it's a bit cumbersome. It takes a bit of time to set up. And there are some places that simply don't allow tripods. But the advantages, very versatile, very adaptable. You can adjust the height It's got a movable head. You can attach the camera simply, comparatively simply, and it will take the heaviest of cameras. And this also demonstrates another feature. You can easily go from portrait to landscape. So you can pan like that. Yeah, of course you can pan if you undo the light. Right, bits and pieces you can pan, you can tilt. Yeah, you can deal with uneven ground by adjusting the length of the relevant leg. There's even a built-in spirit level to help you with that. So that's the tripod, cumbersome but adaptable. Next, the monopod. Disadvantages of this bit of kit: it's not quite as adaptable as a tripod. Advantages: much more portable, and it'll do most things that a tripod will do. It's quite adaptable for height. This one's got a quick release plate, so you can take that off, fix it to the camera, and then fix it quickly and simply onto the monopod. So you can adjust for height. You can you can still pan it. Tilting, yeah, it's a bit fiddly, but yeah, you can still do that. And if you sort of wedge it behind your foot, you can get a good solid support there. And this works, because a couple of years ago I used this combination to take various pictures at air displays and so on. I gave a talk at the Croydon Airport Society just up the road, and I got a compliment at the end. A slightly stunned person came up and said, "Wow, we're going to redefine our standards of photography." Because even though this is only 4 megapixel, it was sharp enough to be displayed on the big screen, yeah? So, monopod. Third bit of kit also has advantages and disadvantages. Disadvantages: you can't fix a heavy camera onto it. Disadvantage: it's not adaptable, not adjustable. You can bend the legs a bit to get maybe a bit of tilt, but not very much. However, it is pocketable. There's even a sort of a clip, a little hooky thing there to put in your pocket. And again, I have used this. I have used this on a visit, for example, to the RAF Museum. So again, it does work. Yeah, it works. So 3 cameras, 3 supports, just to add that sharpness. However, there may be times when you haven't got time to set all that up, or maybe you don't have it with you. So what can you do as a photographer to achieve that support? 3 things. Firstly, you could lean against something. Lean against a wall, or a tree, or a fence post, or anything. Secondly, the way you hold the camera has an impact. So, don't hold the camera like this. Hold it like this, because then you support the lens, you support the camera. Don't hold it like this, tuck your elbows in, yeah? And the third thing, breathing. Don't hold your breath. I mean, don't hold your breath, because holding your breath increases your heart rate, which is not what you want. Instead, take a couple of deep breaths, and on the last one, just after you breathe out, just before we breathe in. Use the shutter button. Round it all. So, 3 types of camera, 3 types of support, 3 methods of achieving that support without the stuff, the kit. And I'll just leave you with perhaps the most important rule of photography, which is this. Don't worry, take the picture.